at the Westwaco Library, and today for our Scout Skills Talk, we will be learning about how to read a map and a compass, hiking tips and safety, and some fun outdoor activities and ideas that you can use when you don't have a lot of equipment. So when you're outside, going on an adventure, playing, going for a walk, going for a hike, how do you know which way to go so that you're not going in circles and you don't get lost? For most of us, we explore areas that are familiar to us. Our neighborhood and the city we live in. We know those places, where the schools are, where the parks are, the library, the stores. In our neighborhood, we know where our friends live, where the streets around us. We even know the natural things that happen in the area we live in, rivers and lakes, trees and hills. But sometimes we want to get out, go somewhere where we don't know our surroundings. So how should we make sure that we don't get lost? Well, all hikers and explorers use or should use a compass. It's a small magnetized tool, and it looks like a clock that tells you which direction you're going, north, south, east, or west. Compasses have been used for thousands of years, really. Sailors use them, pilots use them, hikers use them to point the way to go. Hundreds of years ago, explorers made compasses with an object they would magnetize using a rock, and then they would float the object in the water to point the way to go. So today we are going to make a compass using some items that you probably have around your homes. All right, so to make a compass, I just have a few items from around the house: a lid of a jar, a piece of cork, a needle, a magnet, and here's my compass that's going to be our proof to help prove that this actually works, and some water. I just need a little tiny bit of water. First thing I'm going to do is pour the water into the lid. Next, float the cork on the water. And then I'm going to take my needle and my magnet, and I'm going to magnetize it. And it's funny because the needle will stick to it. Just going to take do this about 30, 40, 50 times. As you can see, the point of the needle is going to be heading to the north. So we're also going to talk today about using a map. A cartographer is a person who creates maps, and cartography is the science of drawing a map. Could you imagine what it would be like to be a cartographer hundreds of years ago, to explore an area that you didn't know and then draw it out and include all the different elements on the map? So when looking at a map, there are two things that you want to look for. The first is the compass rose, which shows us where north, south, east, and west are. Usually north is at the top. In fact, nowadays, almost always north will be at the top and then south will be at the bottom. Years ago, it was different. Sometimes east would be at the top and sometimes south would be at the top. But now we've settled on north being at the top. But the second thing that you also want to look for is the map key or the legend. And that will show you what is on the map. So it could be bodies of water like oceans, rivers. It could be mountains, trees, even if we're centering in on something, hills, also places, houses, post office, hospital. This map is really simple, but it kind of gives you an idea of what is included sometimes on maps. Also streets, highways, interstates can be included. And it just shows you where everything is in a location. So what is the most popular form of outdoor recreation? It's not biking, it's not running or swimming or basketball. It's actually hiking. And what is hiking? It's simple. It's taking a walk in nature. It can be on the beach, up a mountain, in the forest, or on a park trail. Every hike is a walk, but not all walks are hikes. Hiking takes you to places that you can only reach by foot, like to a waterfall, a meadow with wildflowers, a hidden beach, or the top of a mountain. Some important tips when going on a hike is to maintain a steady pace. Don't go too fast, don't go too slow. You want to get back in time, but you also don't want to exert yourself. Always go with a partner or group and prepare yourself. In the 1930s, a top 10 essential hiking list was created and shared amongst people, and it's still applicable today. So the top 10 essential items to bring on a hike from almost 90 years ago were number 1, a map, which we talked a little bit about. Number 2, a compass. Number 3, water, enough water. 4, extra food. 5, extra clothes, especially you want to make sure that you have enough just in case the weather changes, if it becomes cold or if it becomes too hot. Number 6, a first aid kit. 7, a pocket knife. 8, sun protection, which is probably a little bit different now. Now it's sunscreen, sunglasses. Back then it was more hats and long sleeve shirts and pants. 9, headlamp, or now flashlight with extra batteries. And number 10, matches and a fire starter. I don't know about you, but I've spent a lot of money on and have a garage full of outdoor toys that get used about once or twice a year. Croquet set, bocce ball, cornhole, ladder ball, and I'm sure there's more. So I wanted to share some ideas for games that you can play when you're out hiking, picnicking, at the playground with your friends, or even camping, where you don't have to bring a lot of extra equipment or gear. So charades, acting things out. Everyone can come up with ideas, and then you can act them out and guess what you are or who you are. Flashlight tag. The person who's it, you have to do this in the dark. The first person who's it gets the flashlight. Go around and find people with your flashlight. 2 truths and a lie. Tell 2 things that are true about you and a lie. It's a great way to get to know people. A water relay with cups and buckets. Kick the can and capture the flag. Somebody guards the can or the flag, and then you have to come and capture it before you get tagged out. And then fun games that I used to play on the field at recess. Red light, green light, Red Rover, Simon Says, or Mother May I. But those are things that you can do without bringing a whole bunch of extra items with you if you're out hiking or camping. I hope you can all get outside and enjoy the beautiful weather we're having right now, especially before it gets too hot. So use your creativity, have fun with your friends and family, and let me know what you're up to.